What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be going over a deck that I've been using in the OP Sim recently. It's a pretty affordable deck to get into. It's the Kalgara deck. This comes from the OP08 set. It does require some cards from OP05 to be effective, and the ST13, the Three Brothers. It's this Portuguese D ace. You need four of those, but I'm going to go over the deck real quick, and I have some gameplay of a game I played. I believe it was against Carrot. I'll be uploading more videos of me going against a bunch of different decks so you can see how I play and give me tips on how to play better, and I can show you how I believe it's like a 60 to 70% win rate, and I'm just getting better as I use this deck more. I am new to the game. I started collecting in OP08 and have been playing with the starter decks with my son, and I just ordered the cards I needed to finish this deck so that I can start playing in my local games. So, Calgary leader, you put a Dawn on when he's attacking, and he can summon a Shandorian warrior type, which is going to be um, any of the Wipers and Kalgara to the board, but you sacrifice a life. So we play around this as best as we can. One of the primary other supporter cards is this Ohm. He gets better as you lose life. Ohm summons in Holy. So you want to try and have an Omen and Holy in your hand to start off with. If you don't, you potentially want a mulligan. It just depends on what you have. So as you can see, the Ohm, when you have two or less life, he gets 1,000 extra power, which is awesome. But he also allows you to search the deck for a Holy. And when you play him, you can play a Holy. So if you already have a Holy in your deck, you can find another Holy and then play one down and have like a 3-drop that you could potentially use if you don't have anything. This Satori is going to be one of your 2K counters. It's a great card, especially if it's in your life. You can trash one card and play it. At early game, if this happens and you're able to get an Ohm, a Holy, and a Satori down, you're hitting with 4 or 5Ks, which is awesome. The next one is Shura. There's early game, this card comes in really handy because you're going to be utilizing him to search for any of your Sky Island or um, any of your Sky Island cards, which most of the deck is Sky Island. Um, Sky Island Animal, Timberland Warrior, Sky Island. Frankie, this is in there because it's a 2K counter. So this is an early game one. It also helps to have him on the board. If you lack attackers, you can actually attach 3 Dawn to him and put a little more pressure or take out a low level card that they're using as a searcher. Holy, 5K 3-drop, 1,000 counter. Like I said, combos in with his Ohm. It's a great card. I've been able to drop him on my third round when I don't have anything going, puts a 5K body on the table that allows you to apply more pressure. This Wiper is probably going to be one of your best attackers due to the fact that he's a 5-drop 7K, and on your third round, you can summon him whether you went first or second. So you'd be sacrificing one Dawn, putting it as your life, one Dawn on Kalgara, attacking, dropping this down. It's going to sacrifice a life, but that allows you to then play either a 5 or 6K body, or save one for some of your counters that you have. Um, Frankie, 2K counter, like I said. Draw one card if you have one or less life. Play this card. Pretty good card. Allows you to put a 5K body on the table, but also 2K blocker. Kalgara, this is your primary card. When you get to either your third or fourth, depending on if you go first or second, this is the card you're going to want to play because this is your thickest boy right here. It's an 8K, 6-drop, 1K counter. When he starts getting a Dawn applied to him on attacks, you're going to start wiping either the opponent's characters off the board or just applying so much pressure they're going to start utilizing a bunch of cards in their hand. And he works in combination with this Mont Blanc Norland. Unfortunately, you can't search him. You have to draw him. But on play, if you have a Shandorian warrior type that is named Kalgara, you can add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life. So this is the only real heal in the game that is going to be a consistent card in every deck that you come across when you're playing against Kalgara. This Wiper is great. It's a 2K counter, and it allows you to search the top 4 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 upper yard. Upper yard is utilized in multiple fashions as a searcher, but he's also got the 2K counter, which is super important. So late game, when you're trying to drop the bigger bodies, you can just utilize him to block some damage to keep your life up. The Ace is great. You're sacrificing your life to bring up bodies. I have had it where I've gotten to the 10 Dawn round, and I have 4 or 5 attackers, and I can attack with all of them, use no Dawn, make them use cards. Yeah, typically you don't want to use 5k attacks because it's easy to counter out of. But then you can drop 2 of these Portuguese aces with the rush on there, and you turn 6 attacks into now you're dropping 8 attacks for the round, which is pretty overwhelming for most decks to deal with, especially if your opponent you're going against has a couple of life left, 2 life, something like that. Honestly, it almost wins the game every time, but you have to be really careful. If they have ways out of that, you could really sabotage yourself. So I do run 2 of these 200 million volts Amaru. I like this card because, like, you sacrifice your life, you get a 3,000 attack power for 2 Dawn, so you can utilize 2 Dawn more efficiently. And if you do have that one life, you can rest up to one of your opponent's characters with 4 or less on their cost. That being said, you can rest a blocker, the one blocker that's going to save their life, with 2 Dawn, and apply, if you're attacking with Kalgara, 8k, or if you're putting a Dawn on Kalgara to do a summon, you're doing a 9k attack. With most leaders out there having 5k, it's a really effective card. This is kind of like a vanilla deck that I put together, researched, and I will be modifying it as I get a better understanding of how it plays and what I need and what I don't need. But I also utilize this Flame Spirit. It's a main and a counter. Give 1,000 power for your turn, but after this, if your opponent has 2 or less life, rest up to one of your opponent's 4 cost or lower characters. It's another great card that allows you to either target a specific character so that you can kill it, or just put a blocker out of the way so you can finish the fight. And then the Earth Won't Lose. I wasn't really effective with this card until I got a mirror match against another Kalgara, and I saw how effective that card actually works in combination with Upper Yard. What I was doing is I was using my Upper Yards as a searcher, and then when this came up, I didn't have one in hand, because you have to have one in hand to lay down when you use this card. It gives you 3,000 power and allows you to use an Upper Yard. So I figured I would use 1 Dawn to search something, have this in my hand, and I wouldn't be able to drop it. So now I save that 1 Dawn so that I can counter one of their attacks and get this basically utilized for free, and then find the card that I was going to try and be looking for anyway. So it's a really effective deck. It's a rush deck, effectively. It's a great deck. It's pretty affordable outside of these aces. These aces are, I think I got 5 of them in an auction on eBay for about $24, $25. So it's the most expensive part of the deck. Some of these other pieces, $3, $4, $5. I would say that the deck as it sits right here probably cost me right around $50 to finish. I had like 3 whole, or I had no holies, but I had like 3 of the Satori's. I wanted another one because I wanted that extra 2k. I had a couple of 3 wipers. I needed another one, so I had an additional wiper. There aren't a whole lot of cards out for this deck, but this is a general deck you can utilize and have great success with. And then I'm planning on, there are some decks that do the Ace SEC 10 drop that gives you another heal. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy that card. I'm going to try it here to see how effective it is, but the Ace, they say it's like your only other heal you can get, but by the time you're dropping 10 Dawn to bring them out, you either need to win or you're going to lose. So I'd rather drop 2 5-drop aces with rush at 7k power than 1 10 drop with, I think it's a 12k or 11k power. I don't know. But so I don't think I will be utilizing that card because I want to finish the games early. And don't be afraid with this deck to take out their attackers. Wiping their ability to apply damage to you allows you to utilize your life more to bring out more cards for free and bring out another card. So if you're on the 6 Dawn round, you can put a Dawn, bring out a Kalgara, and then you can also bring out a wiper, a 5-drop wiper, or the Norland 5-drop. Or if you don't have any of those in your hand, or you want to save a Dawn so that you can utilize Earth Won't Lose, you could use it to drop in this 4-drop wiper, and then you have a Dawn for the next round as a counter. And then hopefully you have a couple of these 2Ks and some 1Ks sitting in your hand, and you're able to block a lot of the effective damage coming in, and then once you do that, you're sitting on a bunch of attackers the next round, and you're ready to apply massive pressure to the other deck. So I'll be showing some gameplay of this deck and playing more games with it so that you can see the different matchups. I mean, like I said, I'm super new to the game, and I've seen some decks I'm like, what is this? How does this deck work? You know, I went up against a blue Nami and I lost like right at the last second. And then I didn't realize what I was doing. I thought I was spreading more attacks, allowed me to do more, but when I did some research, it's like you need to be hitting Nami harder to utilize the stuff in her hand. I haven't had a chance to go against Nami again, so I haven't had a chance to try that. But like I said, I've had great sex against multiple decks. I'm playing in the OPO 8, 8.5 area on the sim, so I haven't seen like Teach or Shanks or any of that stuff, but I have fought plenty of purple Luffy's, and I've been successful against them. Don Quixotes, I probably win 4 out of 5 matches against Doflamingo. Um, Rob Lucci, I'm probably winning over 70% against Rob Lucci because I've seen a lot of those. Those are the most popular decks right now. But let me know what you guys think. I'm going to show some video, and then, yeah, if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. And, yeah, check out the video. What's up, guys? First time fighting Carrot, so I'm just going to double check to see if I have any low cast characters to put out. The mulligan didn't really work in my favor, but I did have a 4-drop wiper. So I'm just going to do an attack to try and draw some cards out of her hand, but I'm going to save that upper yard because I have the Earth Will Not Lose. So when I get attacked, I'm going to use that, get the free block, and then utilize the upper yard to find a card. So this is my first time seeing Carrot before, so I know that this Peekums guy is someone that I definitely need to kill, especially if she brings out a bunch of these Wandas. She could put extra Dawn on them and utilize them to attack in a kind of a swarm, and then I won't be able to kill them unless that Peekums dies. So this is where I'm going to use this, even though it's just 1,000 counter, because I get to utilize the upper yard. That allows me to get a low cost attacker out. I might go for the 5-drop wiper though. Yep. And then I'm going to utilize that 5-drop wiper, which will allow me to bring out the 4-drop wiper, and I'll be able to get rid of that upper yard and potentially find another one. So what I should do here is I should use the 4-drop wiper first. But it looks like, you know, I didn't because I'm still not as experienced as I should be at this deck. But I'm going to use the card. No upper yard. The reason why I would have used that 4-drop wiper is the potential to find an upper yard to be able to utilize on the 5-drop wiper when I drop him down. So we'll bring out that 5-drop wiper. See, I would have potentially found an upper yard. I don't think I would have, but I would have had another opportunity to with the 5-drop. I have a Kalgara already, so I would probably go with the Ohm, so that if I can get Holy when I drop the Ohm, then I can really fill my board and have a bunch of attackers ready. So she's really starting to stack the board right now. I know she's got a blocker, and then that KO is interesting. I'm definitely going to counter to save my attacker here. Definitely want to save this attacker as well. I did get rid of the 2k counter there because I want to utilize the Ohm to get a holy. Got a holy. So basically I get 7 drop worth, 2 attackers for only 4, and then I get to fill my field. I don't have the Mont Blanc Norland yet, so I don't need to worry about covering up one of the characters on my field, but if my life gets low, I will be doing that. So I'm going to do a pretty big swing here and try and kill this Peakums. I have enough life to live through to the next round, so if I do get attacked, I can counter some of it out and have my attackers on the board. I'm trying to decide whether I want to utilize that piece or not. Looks like I'm going to try and go for the kill. So that was a big surprise. I ain't never seen that before. I haven't played Carrot against Carrot. So now I've got 3 of my attackers fully frozen for the next round. I'm going to take that hit because that puts me in position to be able to bring in Portuguese Ace. He has Rush if I have 2 or less life. I try to use this trigger to see if I can overlap one of the cards and remove the freeze, but it doesn't look like it can do that on my turn. I'm applying extra pressure at 7k and 9k to make her utilize either more of her cards in her hand or try and get her life down. I still have that ace in my back pocket if I want to throw it out there and try and finish her. There you go. She uses a bunch of her cards to get out of it. Put one on Kalgara. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to finally kill this Peakums. The Peakums is a threat to me. I have 1 life left, but I have tons of 2k counters in my hands. So I think I've pretty much whittled her hand down pretty good. We'll see if she has the counters to get out of this. And Peakums is dead. That's an easy block right there. If I was in her position, I would have donned up a bunch to try and pull a bunch of my counters out of my hand. I mean, she's sitting on 9 Dawn. I think she could have won this battle based off of that. So that 6k versus a 5k is just it's a bad attack, especially this late in the game. She basically handed me the win right here. So she has plenty of Dawn left, but she has nothing to be effective against me now, so. That was a pretty smart play on her part to remove one of my attackers. So now I have 2 attackers left. But I have my biggest body, 8K Kalgara. I can just stack Dawn and attack into her. She has no blockers. 2 cards in hand, 1 life. I doubt she has any type of counter or anything like that that's going to be able to stop this attack. It's going to draw that life, and then I'm going to just swing big with Kalgara and finish this. She played her last hand too conservatively, trying to spread little bits of damage. She should have been at least swinging for 7Ks against me to draw out at least 2 cards on counters. It ended up costing her the game. I'll try and pull like some sort of counter in case I need it. And then we'll see how she responds here. And that's it, game over. So there is Rush Kalgara, sacrificing your own life. It could have gone either way, like on that second to last round for her. I still had some counters, but she didn't plan her attacks properly. So anyway, let me know what you guys think, what I could have done better, what you think, where you think she might have messed up. And then if you want to see more Kalgara, let me know down in the comments, and leave a like, thumbs up, and consider subscribing, and we'll catch you on the next one.